Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the B segment of episode 74 of Codename Kids Next Door, Operation Planet. We begin this segment at the Kids Next Door Moonbase headquarters, where we see number 74.239 giving a speech about how one of the main objectives of the Kids Next Door Galactic exploration program is to break through what he calls the ridiculous barrier. He also mentions that he believes that the Kids Next Door organization is no longer limited by technology when it comes to exploration outside of their own solar system, and he adds that number 3 and number 4 will be the Kids Next Door operatives that try to break through the ridiculous barrier. We see that number 3 and number 4 are in astronaut suits, and number 3 is eating some popcorn. Number 2 requests to talk to number 4 in private, and number 2 calls number 4 a test subject before he quickly corrects himself and calls number 4 an astronaut. Once number 2 and number 4 are out of the hearing distance of the other characters in the room, number 2 tells number 4 that number 4 needs to tell number 3 something. Number 2 points out that number 3 and number 4 will be alone together in the rocket for quite some time. Number 4 is reluctant to tell number 3 whatever this is, but number 2 responds that number 3 needs to know, in his words. After the conversation, the final preparations before the rocket launch are about to begin. So number 3 and number 4 enter the rocket, and number 74.239 gives them a device. According to number 74.239, when someone talks into the microphone of this device, it will record what they say and send the recording to the Kids Next Door scientists. So in other words, this device is how number 3 and number 4 will be able to record their findings and send them to the Kids Next Door scientists. After that, the countdown begins, and number 4 is about to tell number 3 whatever it is that number 2 encouraged number 4 to, number 4 is about to tell number 3 whatever it is that number 2 was encouraging number 4 to tell number 3. But number 3 says that it can wait till later because the in-flight movie is about to start. Number 3 thinks that the countdown is for an in-flight movie. So after the countdown occurs, the rocket launches off into space, and the rocket gradually becomes faster and faster, and it eventually reaches a very extreme speed. Yes, the rocket eventually becomes ridiculously fast, and the scene suddenly changes to a new scene. We see number 4 regaining consciousness, and he regains consciousness just in time to see the rocket sink to the bottom of a nearby lake. Number 4 also notices that number 3 is nowhere in sight, but he does see number 3's footprints, so number 4 follows number 3's footprints while talking into the device to let the Kids Next Door scientists know what's going on. Number 3's footprints lead number 4 to a meadow with really tall grass and really tall flowers, and number 4 quickly realizes that there are other individuals in this meadow. Number 4 tries to run, but some shadowy figures manage to catch up to number 4, and number 4 loses consciousness yet again. Number 4 regains consciousness once again. This time, he finds himself sitting in a chair in a room, and he sees a cup on a table in front of him, and number 4 does admit that he is rather thirsty, or he says something along those lines at least. But number 4 quickly realizes that there's no beverage in the cup, and number 4 quickly realizes that there are 2 other individuals in this room. These 2 individuals are actually rainbow monkeys, leading number 4 to conclude that he and number 3 ended up on an alien rainbow monkey planet. The segment does reveal these 2 rainbow monkeys' names later on. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they called them Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy are quite excited when they find out that number 4 is a human boy, and they agree to help number 4 find number 3, but they want him to answer some questions for them first. These questions are the sort of questions you would expect in a therapy session, in a therapy session with a psychologist, I believe. But yes, so Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy inquire number 4 with these various questions, but number 4 grows more and more impatient and eventually snaps that he's done with the questions. He wants to get off this Rainbow Monkey planet. Shortly after number 4's outburst, another Rainbow Monkey enters the room. His name is General Hugs, and he inquires what's going on. Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy tell General Hugs that they have found a human boy, or they sent a search party to, they said that a search party had found number 4, or some group affiliated with them found number 4 in the meadow earlier. And General Hugs doesn't believe them at first, though. General Hugs says that a human boy hasn't been seen in all of the recorded history of this planet. But then General Hugs quickly decides that the 2 Rainbow Monkey doctors are telling the truth when when General Hugs sees number 4's belligerent demeanor for himself. General Hugs General Hugs claims that human boys are a great menace to Rainbow Monkeys, so General Hugs thinks that number 4 should be eliminated for the good of Rainbow Monkeys. The 2 Rainbow Monkey doctors, however, are against this. They think that number 4 should be studied and protected. They say that number 4 could be the last of his kind for all they know. General Hugs' response is that the tribunal will decide number 4's fate. So the next scene takes us to a courtroom, and we do see that there are several Rainbow Monkeys in this courtroom. There are even a few human kids in the spectator seats. But for this, yes, when we reach the courtroom scene, Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy are finishing up their statement about why number 4 should not be eliminated. They say that even though number 4 is different from Rainbow Monkeys, they could learn from him, and they could learn something about themselves if they spare number 4. General Hugs, next up it's General Hugs' turn, and he says that he's called in a witness to speak about number 4's character. Number 4 questions who on the Rainbow Monkey planet would know him, number 4, well enough to testify about his character or answer questions about his character. And then number 4 realizes that General Hugs has found number 3. So number 3 will be speaking. Number 3 takes the stand, and General Hugs inquires number 3 about number 4. And number 3's answers do reaffirm number 4's belligerent demeanor. So the Rainbow Monkey judge decides that number 4 will be sentenced to death by hugging. Number 3 comments that's not very compassionate, but General Hugs justifies it by saying it's tough love in his words. So some Rainbow Monkey guards are about to take number 4 away, but number 4 refuses to go with them, and he grabs a flower, threatening the flower's well-being. And it works. The Rainbow Monkeys are in despair over the flower's well-being being on the line, so they try to reason with number 4 to let the flower go. Number 4 throws the flower to distract the Rainbow Monkeys so that they'll try and save the flower. And while they're trying to save the flower, number 4 gets number 3, and the 2 of them try to make a run for it. Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy also are helping them. Yes, Dr. Snuggles and Dr. Wubsy Tubsy are helping number 3 and number 4 escape from the other Rainbow Monkeys. They have to ride some unicorns to eventually reach a rocket. And so, so they reach the rocket, and number 3 thanks the 2 Rainbow Monkey doctors for the good time, and then she gives them her popcorn. Number 3 and number 4 then enter the rocket, and they find a go button. And so they hit the go button, and the rocket takes off. Yes, while they're in the rocket, number 4 is about to tell number 3 what it is that number 2 was encouraging number 4 to tell number 3 earlier on in the segment. But then the rocket says that they've landed. So when number 3 and number 4 exit the rocket, so the rocket says that they've landed. So when number 3 and number 4 exit the rocket, they find out that they're still on the Rainbow Monkey planet. General Hugs and several other Rainbow Monkeys are preparing to attack, but then suddenly he short circuits. Yes, we quickly find out that General Hugs and the other Rainbow Monkeys are actually animatronics. There's a teenage boy present, and he complains about how they still haven't worked out all the bugs and glitches for these animatronics. And he reveals, this ends up revealing to number 3 and number 4 that they aren't on an alien Rainbow Monkey planet after all. They're in an amusement park, a Rainbow Monkey amusement park. Number 4 is baffled that they're just animatronics, and the teenage boy rhetorically questions that they thought they landed on a Rainbow Monkey alien planet, and that the rocket was their only chance of escape. Number 4, though, doesn't admit this was the case, that they thought that was the case. Number 4 doesn't admit that was the case. And the teenage boy tells them that the park is about to close, so he thinks that they should head out of the park now before it closes. Yes, he suggests that they head out of the amusement park since it's about to close. So, number 3 and number 4 exit the amusement park, and number 3 is excited about, number 3 says that she's looking forward to telling the kids next door scientists about their time at the amusement park, but number 4 says that, he finally needs to tell number 3 what he's been trying to tell her throughout this segment. So number 4 and number 3 hold hands, and number 3 is blushing. Number 4 starts to say I. He hesitates. Number 3 is blushing, and she's encouraging number 4 to finish what he's saying. Number 4 then reveals what it is he's been trying to tell her. Number 3 has a popcorn kernel stuck in one of her teeth, and it's been in her teeth since this morning, and number 3 pulls out a mirror, and she does see that, yes, there is a popcorn kernel stuck between some of her teeth, or stuck in one of her teeth. And number 3 is not happy about this. She questions why number 4 didn't tell her this sooner. Number 4 comments that number 3 has a habit of hitting him whenever he does tell her. So they're starting to walk off, and number 3 goes on a tangent about how she considers number 4 to be mean for not telling her sooner. And number 4 is just grumbling to himself about why everyone else always makes him be the one to tell number 3 when she has a popcorn kernel stuck between her teeth. So next up is the end credits scene. And number 3 is still on a tangent about number 4 not telling her about the popcorn kernel stuck in her teeth sooner. But eventually, while they're going down the street, they eventually stop when number 4 notices something, and number 4 is in despair over whatever it is he's seen. Number 3 looks to see what number 4 is in despair over, and we, the viewers, and number 3 see that number 4 is talking about the Sector V treehouse. It looks, the Sector V treehouse now has a Rainbow Monkey theme to it, and number 3 comments that she redecorated the Sector V treehouse, and she thinks that it looks beautiful, but number 4 is still grumbling about how the Sector V treehouse looks now. And that is how we end this segment. So, yes, I mentioned this in the previous segment's recap and thoughts videos, but episode 74 could be considered partially a number 4 spotlight appearance for both segments. Yes. In the previous segment, this segment's sibling segment, number 4 shared the role of spotlight character with number 5, but in this segment, Number 4 shares the spotlight character role with number 3, since number 3 and number 4 are the two Sector V operatives and Kids Next Door operatives in general that participate on this mission to break through the ridiculous barrier. And yes, at first we're led to believe that number 3 and number 4 ended up on an alien rainbow monkey planet. That's probably the justification for why these rainbow monkeys look different from the real rainbow monkeys that we've seen in previous entries. In the previous entries that were took place on Rainbow Monkey Island, we saw that the real rainbow monkeys look different compared to the rainbow monkeys here. So at first we're led to believe, okay, they're aliens, so that's why they would look different from the real rainbow monkeys on Earth. But then we find out that they're just animatronics for a Rainbow Monkey amusement park, which makes their similarities to the Rainbow Monkey toys that much more. It makes the similarities with the Rainbow Monkey toys that much more understandable. Although I guess the Rainbow Monkey Kong from Operation Hugs also looked closer to the Rainbow Monkey toys compared to the other real rainbow monkeys, now that I think about it. But yeah, I think that's the, I believe that was the intention, was them going with the idea of an alien planet, or tricking us into thinking it was an alien planet, was probably to trick us into thinking that's why they look different from the real rainbow monkeys we've seen on Earth before. And yes, this segment does reference the Planet of the Apes. There's a few references there. Like number 4 says a few lines that are meant to reference lines from the Planet of the Apes. So I immediately caught those references when I first watched this segment, back when it first aired on TV. And it was, I definitely will admit, I was surprised how they were actually Rainbow Monkey animatronics, because they definitely seem pretty lifelike for animatronics. Although the teenage boy who works at the amusement park did comment that there were still a few glitches, and some fans thought it was kind of strange that the Rainbow Monkey animatronics, well, except the two Dr. Rainbow Monkey animatronics, besides the two Dr. Rainbow Monkey animatronics, I know that some fans were kind of thought it was strange how most of the Rainbow Monkey animatronics seem to dislike human boys, since in-universe, in the show itself, we have seen that there are some male characters that do like rainbow monkeys. So I know some fans were confused about this, but I've seen some fans try to rationalize it by saying this might be one of the glitches that the teenage boy was talking about. The teenage boy did bring up that they didn't completely work out the glitches or bugs in the animatronics, so I've seen some fans rationalize the antagonistic demeanor of some of the Rainbow Monkey animatronics. I've seen some fans rationalize the antagonistic demeanor of some of the Rainbow Monkey animatronics to be the result of these bugs and glitches, so that's how I've seen some fans rationalize that. And otherwise, besides that, I guess the other big thing to talk about with this segment is they did pull another red herring for us. At first, we're led to believe that number 2 is trying to encourage number 4 to confess his feelings to number 3. And even number 3 seems to think this was the case, because at the end of the segment, number 3's reaction did seem to suggest that she was thinking number 4 was going to confess his feelings to her, and she was encouraging him to do so. But the twist ends up being that number 4 was telling number 3 that she got a popcorn kernel stuck in between some of her teeth. And we find out why number 4 was hesitant to tell number 3 this. She has a tendency to hit him. And apparently, other Kids Next Door operatives have a habit of making number 4 be the one to tell number 3 this. So yes, that was a pretty clever red herring on their part, where they tried to trick us into thinking that it was it was going to be the moment where number 4 confessed his feelings to number 3, but it didn't happen yet. But I know that some fans of the number 3 and number 4 pairing were still happy about this segment. They still thought that it was a fun segment overall. Yes, Some fans of the number 3 and number 4 pairing also noticed how throughout most of the segment, number 3 and number 4 actually called each other by their real names, not their code names or designated numbers. There were maybe once or twice, or one or two times where they did use the designated numbers or the code names, but mostly throughout the segment, they did call each other by their actual names, Kuki and Wally. And yeah, I thought that was pretty adorable, I have to admit. Yeah, I thought the number 3 and number 4 pairing hints were pretty adorable in this segment. And, oh, that's right. The revelation about the with regards to the with regards to how the Kids Next Door scientists weren't able to create a rocket to actually break through the ridiculous barrier, and they just ended up on Earth. Or yes, the way how the rocket ended up on Earth again. Taking new details into account, taking certain details that were revealed after the series ended, mostly thanks to the preview, or the teaser, yes. Thanks to the teaser that was revealed a few years ago on April Fool's Day to help motivate the green lighting of the sequel series or the spin-off series. That teaser ended up revealing a detail which actually makes sense out of why the rocket didn't reach an alien planet and why the rocket ended up on Earth. I don't want to give too much away for the sake of those who might not have seen that teaser yet, or for the sake of those who are just following along with these recap and thoughts videos, but a certain revelation in that teaser actually makes it very, actually provides a very plausible explanation for why the rocket ended up back on Earth. So I might talk about that again at a later point in time. We'll see. I guess we might cross that bridge eventually, but we'll see in the future. But otherwise, there we go for now. So overall, I did enjoy this segment. I like the reference to Planet of the Apes. I thought they did have some clever red herrings in this segment. And yes, I liked how number 3 and number 4 got to be the spotlight characters for this segment. I thought the hints about the pairing between the two were adorable. And the twist about the rocket ended up back on Earth, or the rocket landing back on Earth rather than going to an alien planet, actually makes sense thanks to hindsight, thanks to the teaser that was hoping to promote the sequel series or the spin-off series, provided that it ever does see the light of day. So otherwise, there we go for now. So as of this video, we've now discussed the B segment for episode 74 of Codename Kids Next Door on this channel. Take care, and until next time.